did I lose money on this or not? I hope I can make it to where I'm going. This is not good.
You went the wrong way. You
No
idiot.
way I did.
You did.
Follow along as we restore this $14,000 Maserati to its former glory and sell it live on Cars and Bids with no reserve. Well, it's here, the end of the QP5 series. This will be the last episode before the next project. And it is time to get the car all ready for sale, listed, and then see how the auction goes. So follow through while you'll see how the car does. And more importantly, did I lose money on this or not? That is the question everyone, including myself, is dying to find out. Before we get too carried away, though, with the auction, the listing, the photography, the final fixes, and so on, I thought it'd be good to just recap my favorite moments with this lovely, lovely, lovely QP5. And my garage is a mess right now, but I just can't say enough good things about this car. It looks so good with the Murcielago there. I'm really going to miss having it around. I think my favorite part has just been driving it around on a daily basis. The looks and sounds of this car are impeccable. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. The blue Mediterranean, everything. In terms of my favorite moments, I'd have to say when I ripped the paint off in front of Doug and friends, that was just wild. I couldn't believe I did that. Certainly the scariest moment was losing the entire car and all the power on a freeway off-ramp and almost dying. Uh-oh, there's the RPM is now jumping. I hope I can make it to where I'm going. This is not good. The most fun was our desert cruise, where we did the donuts and we did, I think it was like 500 miles of driving in 4 days. The drag race, the slalom course, just cruising through the mountains. It was so enjoyable. It was actually pretty comfortable. Like my back never got sore, and I'm an old man now who has that kind of a problem.
No, he's gonna die right now.
And a host of other things just went so right.
You went the wrong way. You
No
idiot.
way I did.
You did.
I also really enjoyed going to the Ferrari dealership, Little Italy, and just like those fun little cruises around town. Cars and Coffee got a lot of looks. I lent it out to Kenan, Sam, a handful of friends as well, just to enjoy it. A lot of really good adventures. Like, it's been 6 months, but over 3,000 miles, which for someone who works from home, that's pretty good. And other than the times it did let me down, it never let me down. I also really enjoyed all my little DIY fixes, from replacing the badge that was missing, buffing out the paint, getting the wheels refinished. Especially the wheels. I feel like going from the black wheels and the black tint to this fishbowl status and the silver wheels, it just really classed up the joint quite a bit. Also finding the DuPont registry where it was brand new and to realize what a freaking bargain I got on this car, absolutely wild. So to recap, before the auction goes live, I'm in at $24,650. $650 of that, though, was the shipping to me, which I don't think should count. So for making it easy, let's call it 24 grand that I'm into it. It's a lot based on the comps of this car that you look all over. I think breaking 20 would be extremely unlikely, especially given the miles. If this were a super low mile one, I'd say definitely possible, but it's not unusual for like a high mileage car like this to be honestly like 10 to 15. So anything over 15 grand, I think I did fine on. Obviously I'll lose some money here, but when I list it, like if I were looking for a reserve, I'd probably want to reserve about 14, which is what I paid for the car. Consider all the maintenance a loss, but I think with the videos, with the content, with how rare the specification is, that it's California owned right now, and that I have $10,000 in service receipts, that I'm hoping to get between 15 and 20 would make me happy. So still lose a little bit of money, but frankly, it wouldn't cost that much money to have a really fun car for 6 months, to drive it and have a lot of great experiences. I think that's like a pretty good outcome, especially for a car like this that's known to break your heart. If it only breaks my heart a little bit, I think that's, $5 grand-ish well spent to get the experience out of it. None, actually.
Oh, wow.
The Maserati, I need to detail it, and then it's ready to get dropped off. By the way, for interior detailing, I'm using this, but more importantly, I got these scrub pads, and they are dope because you can spray on, It scrubs really nicely and kind of like turns white, as you can see here, so you can see where you're going. But you're not spraying on the door and getting a bunch of overspray, so a really great tip there for doing your interior. And Candid Mercy shot too. And for the leather, doing the same thing. Inside with this foaming tip, and it just sort of creates a little foam like that. And then you just take it. Again, you can see where you've gone. Good dwell time. And this is a leather brush made specifically for it, so you're not gonna hurt the leather, but you can really get it in there, then let it sit for a second. Spending a lot of time on the interior because one, I think it's just as unique as the exterior, but two, for 90,000 miles or 91,000, these seats look incredible. I mean, you could barely any wrinkles there, but let's just say the car I just bought with half the miles, literally, it's 45,000 miles. The seats are destroyed compared to this. So someone was either svelte or got in and out of their car gently, but either way, seats be good. During the auction, I got a lot of questions about the Montana plates. Somehow they weren't like, how'd you get such a cool plate? Or I love the QP5. It was people worried that I was dodging smog. So I broke one of my own rules and forgot to get the smog preventatively. I did do it the last day of the auction, but not until after about 10 people chirped me in the auction about smog in Montana and everything. So next time I'm gonna get my smog done. Then I'm also gonna do what I need to do for the seller anyways, which is remove the Montana plate and just shoot it blank. You know, like the really crappy Facebook Marketplace sellers will do like something like that to block it, which looks bad and I think is a sign of a low quality seller, but we're just going to take this off. And actually I'm going to do the snap thing. That's really cool. There you go. So this is better not only for the pictures, but when the shipper comes or the person comes to get it, you kind of don't want your old plates in there anyway. So looks pretty good. And speaking of which, we also got the new keychains. That's going to come with the car. So bid accordingly, pretty cool. And it is all ready to go live. It's a little dirty right now. It's been super rainy here in San Diego, but wish me luck, everyone. This blue Mediterranean is just so special, and it looks great next to its Italian stablemate here. So next it's going to go to the Cars and Bids headquarters, where we're going to have photographer Frank do some photos for the auction listing. And a few other odds and ends before it goes live, hopefully in January. I think Doug's actually going to give it a review.
This is a 2012 Maserati Quattroporte S,
which is absolutely killer. So one last sort of walk through here. It's been such a fun adventure. I think the car just looks and feels amazing. And the sad thing about this kind of a content series is once the car's perfectly dialed in, it's time to say goodbye. So mechanically sorted, cosmetically sorted, just absolutely a delight and no drama anymore, which means no more content, I guess. So hopefully one of y'all bid on this when it goes up and live, but in the meantime, it's time to start saying goodbye. The next car has already made its way to my garage and is actually at a mechanic's right now. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, thanks for watching everything and thanks for enjoying the ride with me. All right, we are taking the QP5 back to Cars and Bids headquarters for storage because the new project car is ready to be picked up and I don't have enough garage space. So, oh, here comes Kenan and Doug. Ooh, and I'm gonna swoop in the car elevator. And there's Nick. Yikes, this is tight. And we use SafePay. I haven't tried it out yet, but it's real easy. Just from the portal, you open it up, you just go through. It's like a checklist, boom, 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 and fill out everything. And then once it's confirmed pickup, they release the money to me. Here's the car on the way. So it's like an escrow service, and that it holds everything in the middle until everyone's done their part. It verifies the title, it gives you all the paperwork. You don't have to do any work. So for the like $200 it costs, it's pretty easy. I would definitely do it again. It's up to the buyer and if they want to do it, not the seller, but I dig it. All right, so the car shipper is here. The auction closed on Thursday. Payment and everything through Key Savvy went through like within the same day, and now the shipper is here Friday night. So lightning speed, which means I get paid soon. And unfortunately, that means bye-bye to the QP5. And to recap, not only the ownership experience, but the auction experience, the final sale price was $17,750. That doesn't include shipping. The buyer pays for that, or the buyer's fees, or anything like that. So $17,750 cash money to me, which means if I spent $24,000, like we said earlier, the delta is, let's see, we'll plus add the $250 from Turo, so really $18,000, which makes my math a lot easier. $24,000. The difference is $6,000 loss on this lovely sounding, lovely looking Italian piece of engineering, and also questionable mechanical abilities. But $6,000 to have some fun, do some cool stuff. I'm not upset about it. As we all know, the car hobby's pretty expensive. You win some, you lose some. Shockingly, I made about that much money on the P38. The next project we'll see, I don't think will also be profitable, but again, I have a day job. This isn't to make money. This is to have fun and to get to tinker with cars. So I'm very blessed and very fortunate to do this with Cars Embeds. I wish the next guy the best of luck with the car. I think it's pretty sorted. He should be fine, but he's a fan of the channel. And that is the end of the QP5. Well, I sure am gonna miss her, but she's all loaded up now. It's time to go to New York. So if you see a blue Mediterraneo QP5 in New York, it's probably mine, and look for the license plate frame.